This is English shorthand dictation number 259 and the dictation speed is 160 words per minute. Ready? Start. Mr. Vice Chairman, sir, this bill is very much relevant because modern education is a very tough education which is based on very tough syllabus. At the time of admission of children in schools, the private schools are conducting interviews even though the Supreme Court has given a direction that there should be no interview for LKG and UKG classes. But schools are conducting interviews at every stage. They ask for a detailed profile of every child. The present system of education is really very tough. You need technical assistance. You need scientific assistance. You need mathematical assistance. These are all things which are not available for poor families. They can learn only in classrooms where the teachers have to cater to 40 to 60 children in a classroom. Therefore, they are unable to do justice to these children. As a result, these children are having very low IQ. Within a period of 40 to 45 minutes, the child has to absorb the whole subject which is taught by the teacher. That is a very tough job for a child. Then many of the families do not take proper care of their children. They are simply handing over their children to schools. They feel that it is sufficient for them and their duty is over. But the rich people send their children for tuitions in every subject. In this way, many of the teachers are earning huge income by taking tuitions in the same schools and colleges. In this way, teachers are earning parallel income. So they are least bothered about poor children who do not have access to coaching. But we are worried for children who do not have access to coaching. Therefore, this is a very important issue because we all are saying that our modern education should be of international standard. At the same time, we have to see the real picture at the grassroots level also. Therefore, the government is having an obligation to see that there are separate coaching centers to cater to the needs of poor children. In the USA, the system is such that community colleges are encouraged there. They can choose any field of their choice and get the training accordingly. The community colleges assist them, give them training, and then give a certificate also which is acceptable for any job. They do not bother about educational background. They are particular about skills. They just try to find out whether a person has got the skill to do the job for which he is being selected. Therefore, we have to look into this aspect. Our country is not having the luxury of going to schools. Our country is having the necessity of going to schools. This problem also has a social aspect to it. If one is not educated, if one does not have any certificate, it is very difficult for him or her to get married. Therefore, the state governments should come forward with some packages in order to give coaching to children in evening hours. For example, we are doing it in Tamil Nadu. The Tamil Nadu government has allowed special coaching classes in every government school wherever possible. In rural schools, the headmasters and the teachers who are interested in getting better results for their schools encourage the children by having evening tuitions and early morning tuitions. In this way, they can attract more children to their schools. In some cases, they ask the children to sit in the classrooms till late night so that they can give them coaching to get them prepared for the next day. When there is absence of help from the family, there should be some help from the government. We are giving midday meal in schools. There is no doubt that it is a very important scheme. Nearly 12 crores of students are taking their meals under the midday meal scheme. Similarly, if we want to have better skills and better education, we must have the participation of Government of India in it. If the state governments are not coming forward, and if we cannot afford to give money for such coaching, then we are depriving the real people who are otherwise accommodated by way of the Mahatma Gandhi Employment Guarantee Scheme. The family is now allowed the facility of creches. The family is allowed to save its income. The family is allowed to have insurance benefits. The government of India has provided them all these facilities. The government of India is providing midday meal to these children. The Government of India is providing them Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, where schools with good laboratories and playthings are provided. All the important works like building roads to schools and building separate toilets for boys and girls are being taken up by the Government of India. We are giving textbooks and bags to children. We are giving them bicycles under the Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan. Then why can we not give them coaching as well? I feel that the Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan should have a small component for this also. So wherever there is a need for that, the scope should be enlarged. That is an important thing because the working hours of the rural poor are totally different from the others. They have to work throughout the day. There is no fixed income of 8 hours of duty for men and women in rural areas. Wherever opportunities are there, they have to go for work, earn money and look after their families. We are giving educational tools to them. In Tamil Nadu, we are providing free laptops for children studying in 12th standard. This way, every state government should get the awareness and see to it that the poor students are given access to all the modern tools which are available for a rich student. Sir, as we know, there is a huge human resource available, especially in North India, and people are migrating for want of some jobs. That is the state of affairs of several countries throughout the world. But in India, we are having the potentiality now. Through Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan and other schemes, we are getting the skilled people. Whether it is below 30 years or above 30 years or above 50 years, we have a large human resource available with us. But what about the children who are growing up now? They have to be provided with all the facilities. If we are doing it, we are really helping people at the grassroots level to come up to the desired standard and participate in nation building. They will have the knowledge to understand the world. Our educational system is oriented towards that. All the subjects, whether it is science, economics or history or even languages, including regional languages, are all based upon teaching children how to live in the society, how to understand the society around us, how to understand the environment around us, how to live in this huge population. These are all put up as lessons in the syllabus. Therefore, if they understand this properly, instead of merely getting good marks or getting certificates or simply learning to read and write and enhancing the memory power, if they understand the need of the society and the need of the environment, then such children will become good citizens as well. In today's world, even a well-educated person is joining the terrorist movement because they have not understood education properly. They have got a deep hatred for the society. They cannot brave the pressure groups which are around them. They cannot understand why they are not getting accessibility, whether they are from the scheduled castes or from the scheduled tribes or minorities. They cannot understand how to live within the society because the education system is there, but they cannot realize the education system. They feel that even if they get marks, they cannot get a proper position in the society. Therefore, they hate the society and they are caught in the trap of terrorist movements. In order to address this problem, especially in the rural areas, we have to help these people by way of coaching centers. In two ways we are helping them. One is to show their productivity and show their ability for living with the society, and another way is that we are preparing them to come up to the standard with other rich people who are competing at the national or state level. Sir, I feel that this bill will give a new focus to the government to come out with a better enactment and to initiate a process. Finally, I would like to submit that every state government is giving some help to the students studying in schools and colleges only by issuing government orders, because by an executive order it can remain, it can continue, or it can be reduced. The central government brought the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme because it should be a statutory right. If a statutory right is violated, if it is not given, then they have got the right to agitate against it. I think they also have the right to have this type of coaching centers. If this bill is passed at the national level with the allotment of certain money for that purpose, I hope the state governments will also accept it, because we know very well that the state governments are very much nearer to the people.